Good morning and welcome to the Oasis Center for Spiritual Living, where we come together as one, providing spiritual tools for daily living. For those of you who don't know me, I am Reverend Tucker. I'm the senior minister here at the Oasis. And supporting me this morning, we have a whole host of characters. The first one being Albertina Giuffre, better known as Tina to us. She has been a singer in our church since 2000, a long time ago.
2002? Well, one? I don't remember either.
I think it was 2000.
Yeah.
I think it was 2000. So,
yeah, 2000.
And she's been like taking a break, and she comes back for special holidays. She calls them all the crying holidays.
The crying season.
The crying season, yes. So she's here with us today, actually in my physical home with me because her internet isn't working at her house. So this is Tina. All right. And then we have Oz, who has been with me since 1998, basically. He was my first baby practitioner and was my board president for many, many years, and then moved off to Florida. We lost the ability to have him in the service, but now he joins us from Florida because we're doing this. So anyway,
Actually, I'm in Wisconsin now. I'm Racine.
Oh, that's right. You're in Wisconsin right now. I'm sorry. I forget. I keep forgetting. He relocates all the time. He goes from from Florida to Wisconsin for the summer and then goes back to Florida for the winter. If all things go well, that's what I'll be doing. I'll be coming here for the summer and I'll be out there for the winter. We'll see. We're working on it, right, Oz? Oz is our practitioner of the day, which means that he does the invocation, the benediction, and is available for our 1-minute miracle at the end. But I'll talk more about that later. So thank you for being here, both Tina and Oz. I appreciate you. I love you. And then there is my faithful assistant, Faith. And Faith has been with me since the day she was born, pretty much. What was that, 2004? Yep. She was like 3 weeks old. Her dad would bring her to church and he would work the soundboard with one arm and hold Faith with the other arm. And then when she was able to crawl, she crawled right up on stage. So we just left her there. I used to have this portable mic, so I would walk all over the stage and I'd just step over her. And then we'd put her on the podium to do announcements. And I think everybody paid more attention to the announcements because she was up there. And later she and her sister became ushers, and they would hand out affirmation cards at the end because we used to do that every Sunday. And she grew up 6 blocks from my house. Her dad was a tow truck driver. And when he would do out-of-town tows, he would drop the girls at my house and they'd hang out with me. And I'm a project person, so we always had a project. And so I got to see her work. So when I opened my ozone business right about the same time, she was 14 and a half and said, I want a real job. And I said, okay. And I hired her. And so she worked for me in the ozone business. And then when we went live for the pandemic, I said, do you want to be my ministerial assistant? She's like, yeah. So here we are. And she's also a singer. So she's the woman behind the scenes, kind of like you pull back the curtain and there's Faith. She does all the workings behind the scenes. So all I need to do is talk. That really helps. But she's also a singer. And so today she and Tina are going to be sharing the music because there is a lot of music for Father's Day. So thank you so much for being here, sweetie. Love you. If you are here, please say hi, hello, good morning, however you like to greet us. When we're in a facility, I can look out and see the people's faces shining back at me. Here I get a number. I don't even get names. So I appreciate it when you let me know that you're here. And if you drop by later, just say hi. Just let me know you were here. All right. We are going to do the service a little bit differently than we normally do. We're going to do the announcements on the front end because we're going to do a little meditation later. And I want to leave everybody in that state of peace and calm when we leave. So I am going to start with the announcements right now. First, let's, I think let me just do, there's a watch party button that you can click on. When you click on it and invite your friends, they get an idea of what they can expect on a Sunday morning service. And you can talk amongst yourselves to answer any questions that they have because it's a private chat. So press that watch party button and invite all your friends. And I'm going to open with our opening song, and then from then on, it's going to be Father's Day. So close your eyes if that feels comfortable. Allow the service to uplift and inspire you as we move into our centering song.
Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can feel the rush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place. Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can feel the rush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place.
Presence of God. For God, as we conceive of it, is all things, in all things, as all things, creating all things anew at every given moment. There is no place and no time that God is not. Therefore, God is right here, right now, in me, in you, in all the things we see and all we do. We know God's presence manifests as perfection when allowed to do so, and I accept and I channel that perfection right now through our service and to each of our lives. I know that God's perfect plan is working out perfectly at this moment, right here, right now, and I give thanks that it is so, and I let it be, and so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, Oz. So right now, I'm just going to move into the offering, then do the announcements, and then we'll get started on this celebration for Father's Day. Right now is our opportunity to receive your gifts, tithes, and offerings, and your opportunity to express the gratitude for anything that you may have already received in the physical realm, or that which you have created in the mind of God and may not necessarily have seen in the physical realm yet. It is coming. But gratitude is the magnetic force that draws it into you. So we give you this opportunity right now to express that gratitude. So in a moment, I'm going to ask you to go to www.oasiscsl.org. And about 2/3 down the page is the offering affirmation that I'm going to have you say with me. And then underneath that is the Contribute Now button. So let me just talk briefly about what contribution means. When we were in a facility, there was rent and utilities and, all kinds of things that we needed to pay for. And that's what the contributions went to. These days, since we're not in a facility, we don't have those expenses. The only real expense we have is marketing to the global world. And the reason we do that is because our vision is a healed world, and I mean globally. And our mission to get there is to heal the world one person at a time. Unfortunately, in order to reach the world, we have to do marketing, and that does cost money. So what you're contributing to is that, contributing to our vision through our mission. So please, whether you're here in real time or later on, please go with me right now to www.oasiscsl.org and say this offering affirmation with me. This perfect gift is spirit in form, circulating and blessing all it touches. Freely I give and joyously I receive. And so it is. hit that contribute now button and help us get to our vision through our mission. All right. The first announcement is about our practitioners, our licensed practitioners. They serve our church in 3 different ways. We call them the healing arm of the church, and I personally call them the God Squad because I love the imagery of, you know, coming in and taking charge, and that's what the God Squad means to me. But they perform services for our church and for you. The first of which is if you would like prayer for something, you put it in the comment section or the comment field there, and they will pray every day on those requests for a week. If you don't want it to be public, you can always DM Faith and she will make sure the God Squad gets the prayer requests. But that's the first way that our licensed practitioners serve our church. The second way that they serve our church is by being available for what we call spiritual guidance sessions. So it's by appointment for a fee. So you reach out to one of them, let them know that you would like a session for spiritual guidance. They will let you know how to pay for it. I don't get involved in that. Each practitioner has their own business. And so some of them use Wise, some of them use PayPal, some of them use Cash App, Venmo, Zelle. Like I said, I don't get involved in that, but they'll let you know how to pay for it. And then they will reach out to you by video chat at the appointed time. So the third way that our practitioners serve our church is what Oz does almost every week. And that is our practitioner of the day, which means that he does the invocation at the beginning, he does the benediction at the end, and then he's available for what we call our 1-minute miracle. It's not a time for counseling or spiritual guidance. It is a time where you can share whatever issue you're going through, whatever, you know, topic you need prayer for, and he will stop, drop, and pray with you right then and there. So you reach him by video chat. If he's not available when you first call, it means he's on with someone else, so call back later. All right. So that's our practitioners. Then Brooks and Bailey is a couple of ladies who have a jewelry line. And one of the things that they do is mala beads. And I love that they do the mala beads because the Hindus and Buddhists use it to do their chants. So they move one bead at a time and do a chant. And so for our purposes, why I like this is because I suggest when people do affirmations that they do 100 affirmations a day. Each mala bead necklace has 108 beads and the bracelets have 54 beads. Now this particular one is amethyst and it's $60, but they have all kinds of gemstones, $30 and up. And I can't remember how much the bracelets are. Sometimes they're on here and they remind me. I think it's either $20 or $25 for the bracelets. They have 54, so you would just use those twice, and that would be your 100 affirmations. There we go. No, it needs to come down. There we go. And so definitely check these ladies out. All of the benefits, all the proceeds benefit the Rocky Mountain Lab Rescue. You can reach them through brooksandbailey0307@gmail.com, or of course their Facebook page. And whenever they have a booth at any kind of event, I try to share that as well on my page so that people can find them. Then we have Angel Renee has an Etsy store for intention candles and a tea bag that you put in your bathtub. All of these are made with aromatic herbs, and they help you to focus on your intention. So it's a really great thing to purchase, especially for someone else. Okay. Now, also, we couldn't do this without 2 very lovely ladies who are our adjunct music team, meaning they don't show up on screen, but we use their music every week. For instance, we got muted for Mother's Day because we use contemporary music. And that's what happens. Every time we use contemporary music, either Facebook mutes us or YouTube mutes us. And so we're probably going to get muted today too, but I think most of what we're doing is in public domain, so we're not doing a copyright infringement this time, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But anyway, so without these 2 lovely ladies, we could not do church with a music in the service. So the first of which is Reverend Fairy Elaine Silver. Now, her stuff, you buy it by the CD. However, she's unable to change her website to give form of payment for some reason. And she travels all over the country singing all the time and has her CDs in the trunk of her car. So you let her know by email that you would like to buy a certain CD, and she'll tell you how to pay for it. And then she's really good about sending out the CDs the very next day. I've never had a delay whatsoever with her. So definitely check out her music. The other one is Karen Drucker. Excuse me. And Karen Drucker has gifted us with her entire collection of 20 CDs with karaoke files so that we could actually do her music. And so on her website, it does work. You can pay for it there. You can buy it by the song, by the CD, by the karaoke file, and she has song books that you can purchase as well. And some of the songs have American Sign Language in case you're wanting to learn how to sign certain things. The only thing I know is Spirit. The rest of it, I don't know. I've been working with signers most of my career, but we don't have a signer anymore. So, all right. So definitely, we like to support those who support us. So definitely go purchase something from their websites, either for yourself or for someone else. They make a great gift. And then check out our website at Oasis, www.oasiscsl.org. And there you're going to find video sermons and audio sermons. Video sermons of the last 4 years and audio sermons of the years prior to that. So I know that the website hasn't been updated in a very, very long time. We're working on it with all of the passings that have happened in the last year. I've lost 6 people in the last year. So, and 5 of them really significant people. So we've been a little behind on doing that kind of thing. And so bear with us. We are updating it. You'll also see pictures of picnics and our ordinations and that kind of thing to get to know your spiritual family. So definitely check that out. In the meantime, since we haven't been updating the website as often as we'd like, you can find us on YouTube and SoundCloud. YouTube has the video sermons from the last 4 years, and SoundCloud has the audio sermons from all of those years prior. All of it is under S. Tucker, so check that out. But do come back and check out our website from time to time and just sort of check in on us. Say hello, good morning, hi, however you want to greet us. When we're in a facility, I can look out and see the shining faces beaming back at me. Here, all I get is a number. I don't even get names. So we appreciate it very much when you say hi, good morning, hello. Even if you stop by later, just say hello. Just let us know that you were here. If you like something that you hear, whether that's something I say or Faith or Tina sings or Oz prays, use that like button. And if you love something, please send us heart because we love to get love. And if something strikes you as powerful, by all means, use the wow button. That lets me know that I'm on track. And we like to get that feedback because it really helps us. All right. I think that's it. Happy Father's Day, everyone. Father's Day is really special for us. We always celebrate Mother's Day and Father's Day, and we always like to honor our parents who have given us so much. And so what's different about Father's Day than Mother's Day, we used to give out roses when we were in a facility and carnations for Father's Day. These days, because we can't give out anything, Faith sends flowers on Mother's Day through Messenger. And on Father's Day, we send a little note just to say Happy Father's Day. So we can't think of anything that we can give fathers other than that virtually. So there you go. And we're honoring not only biological fathers, we're honoring fathers who have stepped in and served as father, whether that be female or male, because a lot of times mothers become fathers and mothers to their kids when the dad is not present. Just like, Faith's not really had a mom for most of her life. She had a stepmom for a while. I mean, she's still around. She just is not in her life at the moment. And so Steve has been both father and mother to his kids most of their lives. So I just, I want to make us aware that that is who we're celebrating, not only fathers who actually had children, but fathers who adopted children, fathers who stepped in and honored us with that kind of father energy. I have to tell a quick story, really funny story from the other day. So I had this food delivery come, and my dogs always run out into the cul-de-sac whenever somebody comes. So I try not to have them outside when a car is going to be approaching, because, you know, Chica's this big. They can't see her. So I'm always concerned that she's going to get hit. So this lady comes to deliver the food, and Smokey starts barking at her, and she won't get out of the car. So I go over there. I'm yelling at the dogs to please get away from the car. And I go over to the car and I get the food, and she sees the bird and she goes, "Oh, a bird." And I'm like, "Yeah, you can come visit him if you want." So back out into the cul-de-sac, both dogs go. And Chica ran right in front of her car. So I started to panic, and I'm screaming like, "Get out of the street." My neighbor across the street is walking down his driveway, and he has all these things in his hands. He looks at me, he drops everything at the bottom of the driveway, puffs himself up, and he's like, "Are you okay? Do you need something?" And to me, that's the father energy. Like, he's younger than me, but that's really the father energy, that provider, that protector. You know, that's the way we celebrate fathers, is that they do that. They protect us even from things we don't know are a problem. But they also provide for us, and not just financially. They provide a basis for our lives. They give us emotional support in a different way than the nurturing that moms give us, but they still provide that. They are character builders. And so on Father's Day, we are going to celebrate that. We're going to first celebrate those that are here with us today and alive, those that have passed on, and then fathers where there may not be a perfect relationship with. Either they're absent, or we have issues with them, daddy issues, or perhaps they have a physical, emotional, or mental issue themselves that we need to pray for them. So we're going to cover all of that today. And like I said, there's going to be a ton of music. I think we're doing, what are we doing? 6 songs today? Faith? Oh my gosh, that's a lot. So I'm going to try not to talk very much, because on today it's more about the music and the feeling than it is me talking. So first, let me read something real quick. My father through the years. Where did it go? There it is. Okay, for this I need my glasses. I'm sorry. When I was 4 years old, my daddy can do anything. When I was 5 years old, my daddy knows a whole lot. When I was 6 years old, my dad is smarter than your dad. When I was 8 years old, my dad doesn't know exactly everything. When I was 10 years old, in the olden days when my dad grew up, things were so different. When I was 12 years old, oh, well, naturally, Dad doesn't know anything about that. He's too old to remember his childhood. When I was 14 years old, don't pay any attention to my dad. He's so old-fashioned. When I was 21 years old, he's hopelessly out of date. When I was 25 years old, Dad knows about it, but then he should. He's been around so long. When I was 30 years old, maybe we should ask Dad what he thinks. After all, he's had a lot of experience. When I was 35 years old, I'm not doing a single thing until I talk to my dad. When I was 40 years old, I wonder how Dad would have handled it. He was so wise. When I was 50 years old, I'd give anything if Dad were here right now so I could talk this over with him. Too bad I didn't appreciate how smart he was. I could have learned a whole lot from him. And now I turn this over to Faith.
Happy Father's Day. He doesn't fight crime or wear a cape. He doesn't read minds or levitate. But every time my world needs saving, he's my Superman. Some folks don't believe in heroes 'cause they haven't met my dad. He likes his workshop and rock and roll. He's got a hot rod and a heart of gold. And you could say he's a man of few words, but he talks a lot with Ben. Even though I'm a little taller, I still look up to him. He built me a house in the arms of a tree. He taught me to drive and to fight and how to dream. When he looks in my eyes, I hope he can see that my dad's a hero to me. Gun fenders and a door full of dings. Somehow he can fix about anything. I don't think he knew how to cry till the thought hear our dog die. He doesn't always say I love you, but I can hear him loud and clear. He built me a house in the arms of a tree. He taught me to drive and to fight and how to dream. When he looks in my eyes, I hope he can see that my dad's a hero to me. Built me a house in the arms of a tree. He taught me to drive and to fight and how to dream. When he looks in my eyes, I hope he can see that my dad's a hero to me. My dad's a hero to me. My dad's a hero to me.
It's okay. It's just a noise. Noises can't hurt us. Thank you all. Thank you, Faith. Sorry. My allergies are so bad right now. Okay, so right now I want to honor all of the fathers that are with us today, who gave everything to us, who altered our characters in ways we cannot even explain sometimes. I bless these individuals who really developed our character, who changed our lives in ways we can't even explain. Now that I've spoken their names in the room, we welcome them, because even though someone's not in their physical body anymore, they're still around us. Now, that's for the people that aren't here. And for all of us who are here right now, I just want you to feel the presence of all these fathers, because it's very important that we honor them today. So, who is this man? Who is this man whose head is gray and balding now? Is this the man that pushed me in my carriage each evening to stop my crying? Is he the same man that let me tag along behind him as he worked outdoors? He looks so different than the man that taught me how to ride my bike, throw a baseball, and showed me how to hold a bat. Is he the same man that let me cry when I was sad and never asked why? I know he's the same man because the lines on his face were probably caused by me. He taught me to catch and also let me saw and nail at his workbench. He watched me march in parades and play the piano, and he worked 2 jobs to keep me fed and clothed. He made time to take me camping and taught me how to build a fire and didn't laugh at me as I put up the tent. Is he the same man who listened to me and gave me choices instead of advice? He took walks with me and delighted in the fact that I could always match his pace. He waited up for me when I was on a date and worried that I'd be safe. When it was time for me to go, he didn't hold me back, and he knew he taught me well and only wanted my happiness. Is this the same man who told me to ask him anything and he would answer as best he could? Of course he is, because he has not changed. Maybe a bit more bald, a bit more gray, a bit more weight around his middle, but he is still my dad. Tina? Oops.
If you lead the way in the mirror of a bad and for a fraction of a second, can you know where you are? Just open your window, follow your memory of street to the meadows and mountains and the falling stars. I believe a light that shines will shine on you forever. And though I can't see that nothing scary, I bed. I'm gonna stand tall like a postcard on the golden retriever and never leave you in your head. I'm gonna let you shine, gonna watch you grow, gonna build the sky so you always know. As long as you wanna do, there will never be a part for love to love you more than I love you. Trust your intuition, it's just like going fishing. Cast your line and hope you can find. But you don't need to waste your time. Worry about the marketplace. Try to help you break. Struggling to survive the harsh night. I'm gonna let you shine. Gonna let you grow. Gonna fix that time so you'll always know. Love that's what it was. There could never be love for the I love you. I'm gonna watch you shine. I'm gonna watch you grow. I'm gonna build the time so you'll always know. As Lord wants water wants you. There will never be a problem of this sort more than I love you. More than I love you.
Excuse me, but I will get the dog off the microphone cord.
The dog.
He was laying on the microphone cord.
There's a cord in the way there that's wrapped around that cord. That's why
Oh.
I couldn't move it. Oh my goodness. All right. That it's always interesting trying to juggle back and forth over
I
here.
had it under the desk before. Well,
I don't know. I don't know.
your child moved it.
So the next group of fathers we want to honor is troubling relationships. And that could be as simple as dad was not present when we were growing up, or it could be that our relationship is very strained with him. My dad actually passed away when I was 2.5, and Leon, Joey's dad, adopted me. And what's funny is he had raised 4 boys, so he didn't know how to raise a little girl. So I grew up like a little boy. I was such a tomboy when I was a kid because I grew up playing baseball and going to football games and doing all of the things that sons and fathers would do together. It wasn't until Joey came along that he got a clue that, girls are raised a little bit differently. But, and it wasn't necessarily that we had a troubled relationship, although I would have liked a dad that supported my female side a little bit more, but it's okay. What I realized through all of this is that he didn't know any better. Like, we don't come with a user guide, and sometimes our fathers don't give us what we think we need, but they're always there to provide what they can. My dad, for instance, didn't like conflict in the house at all, and I was a little, shall we say, I had a little bit of an attitude, and so did Joey. And so he just was at odds with how to deal with all of that. But he stayed true to us, loyal, and provided for us, and did all the things that a dad does, including build our character. So I celebrate that in Leon. I celebrate that in all dads because we challenge them. We really do. And so this next segment is about that. So here is a reading about a father and a dad are not the same. A father and a dad are not the same. One can be a dad and not a father, or one can be a father and not bother to earn through love the more endearing name. Some find fatherhood a bit too tame, leaving all the details to another. Oh, to the mother, sorry. Or dumping the sweet burden on another man with just a passing twinge of shame. You have been our dad so many years that you've become the landscape that is home, the mountain that we look to from afar. No matter where we go, we're not alone, for you remain within to still our fears and be the word that tells us where we are. And so I think that not only celebrates the one that hasn't been there, but also the one that stepped in to do that. For instance, Joey's kids were not raised by their father. They were raised by Michael, who was their stepfather. And so today we honor Michael, who stepped in, and he raised some lovely boys, let me tell you. They are great men. They all have families of their own, so they are now fathers. And so we'll be celebrating them as well. But I just wanted to put that in there so that we understand that it's not always the father's fault that they weren't there or that they weren't able to fulfill those duties, but they always have us in their hearts. All right, here is Faith.
We love you too, bad guys. I'm gonna say thank you, even if I'm still hurt. Oh, I'm gonna say bless you. I wanna mean those words. Always wish you the best. I prayed for your peace, even if you started this whole war in me. You did your best, or did you? Sometimes I think I hate you. I'm sorry, Dad, for feeling this. I can't believe I'm saying it. I know you were a troubled man. I know you never got the chance to be yourself, to be your best. I hope that I can give you a second chance. Father, I'm gonna say thank you. Even if I don't understand. Oh, you left us alone. I guess that made me who I am. Always wished you the best. I prayed for your peace. Even if you started this whole war in me. You did your best, or did you? Sometimes I think I hate you. I'm sorry, Dad, for feeling this. I can't believe I'm saying it. I know you were a troubled man. I know you never got the chance to be yourself, to be your best. I hope that I can give you You did your best, or did you? Sometimes I think I hate you. I'm sorry, Dad, for feeling this. I can't believe I'm saying it. I know you were a troubled man. I know you never got the chance to be yourself, to be your best. I hope that I can give you a second chance.
Thank you, Faith.
That was so
That was a tough one. Yeah, she said that was a tough one. All right. So I just want to, right now, we're going to drop into a little bit of a meditation to do some healing work on any of these issues that we have with our fathers. So if you will please just join with me, close your eyes if that feels comfortable. Faith, you can go ahead and start some music on this. So I want you to take a nice deep breath in through your nose, hold it, and release out through your mouth. Let's take another nice deep breath all the way from our bellies in through the nose. Hold it and release out through the mouth. We're going to take another really deep, really cleansing breath now, coming up all the way from our toes in through the nose. Hold it and release really forcefully out through the mouth. Till we begin to feel nice and relaxed. Any tension that's in any part of our body is just expelled out. As we resume our normal breath, we just lean into this experience. So right now, imagine that there before you, sitting in a chair, knee to knee with you, Here's your father. It's okay. She's fine. And he's looking at you lovingly right in your eyes. No sign of any judgment or any trepidation of any kind. And as you sit there, whether this has been your experience with your dad or not, as you sit there, you begin to feel that connection that you and your dad have. And you notice just how much love. She's okay. Tina, she's okay. Just notice how much love is in the air, is in that space between you. You see it in his eyes, you see it in his posture. There's no feeling that he needs to protect himself. There's only love there. And you say to your father now, I need to tell you some things. I need to clear the air. And you notice that his posture does not change. There's no sign of distress in him at all. All he's giving you back is love. Openness to what you have to say. And so right now, because you may not have been able to say these things all of your life, I want you to share with your dad ways in which he hurt you, ways in which he wasn't there for you, how that has changed your life and what it has done to you. Just let the floodgates open and say everything that you have not up until this point been able to share with him. I'm going to give you a few moments to complete this. Just tell him everything you need to say. Let it all out. Don't hold anything back. Give him the bare, naked truth. And notice as you do this, his expression does not change. He remains open in his heart and his mind, with love beaming through his eyes. Just download all of it. The anger, the fear, the hurt. And while you're doing this, I want you to imagine that instead of getting defensive, instead of striking back, instead of being a jerk, your father sitting in front of you is wide open, listening to every word you say, just taking it all in. Now imagine that your father says to you, thank you so much for letting me know. I had no idea. And I'm very sorry for anything that I have done or not done that you needed me to do. I'm sorry I wasn't there for you when you needed me. I'm sorry I didn't love you the way you needed me to. I'm sorry I could not have been a better father to you. I'm very sorry for anything that you are experiencing. I want you to know I love you with all my heart. I want you to know that you are the child I have always wanted, and that I am very, very proud of you. And if I could go back and do it all again, I would do everything you just asked me to do, because I want you to know how loved you really are. Please forgive me. I love you and I'm proud of you, and I'm proud to be your dad. And now, in the silence of this moment, allow the words of this song to inspire your heart to forgive.
I forgive you. Will you forgive me? I didn't mean to hurt you. I just couldn't see your point of view. Your hurt and pain. Forgive me now. Let me try again. Will you forgive me? Will you take my hand? Look me in the eyes and understand. Sometimes I just don't know the things I do unintentionally wind up hurting you. Will you forgive me? Please don't close the door. Don't close down your heart. Just get angry at me or scream and cry. We can move to the lights if we're both willing to try. I forgive you. Will you forgive me? I didn't know that this is our destiny. You go silent. We learn and we grow, and together we find where hearts already know. Will you forgive me? I'll forgive you. Forgive me. I'll forgive you. Please don't close the door. Don't close down your heart. Just get angry at me or scream and cry. We can both to the light if we're both willing to try. I forgive you. Will you forgive me? I know that love is our destiny. We stumble and fall. We learn and we grow. And together we'll find what our hearts already know. Will you forgive me? I'll forgive you. Will you forgive me? I'll forgive you. Forgive me, I'll forgive you. Will you forgive me? I'll forgive you.
So right now, I want you to say to your father, I forgive you. I know you did the best you could. And I accept your apology. And I come from a very heartfelt place when I say, the past is in the past. Let's move forward today. So when you're ready, take a nice deep breath in, wiggle your fingers and your toes, and bring your awareness back into this room, feeling how light you feel after having forgiven your dad. All right, the last section we're going to do is on fathers who have passed on. Daddy, I'll always love you so, much more than you will ever know. Your body's all wet from all the tears that I've cried. Daddy, it's so hard to say goodbye. You know that we bonded from the start, and you'll always own a piece of my heart. No greater companion will there ever be. I'll always remember what you meant to me. You looked at me with such love in your eyes, and when I was down, you were right by my side. I just can't imagine my life without you. Everything that I've told you is true. Someday we'll be together again. I know that I'll find you, for you are my best friend. Soon I know your pain will be gone, and you won't have to linger on. As the nurse shook her head and your body was still, I cried like a baby, and I always will. Daddy, I'll always love you so, much more than you will ever know. Your body's all wet from the tears I just cried. Daddy, it's so hard to say goodbye. Daddy, I will always love you. All right, Tina. Let's see here. Let me get this up here. I'll take the dog, you take the microphone. We'll switch chairs. Ready? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Every generation takes the one before, and all of their frustration comes beating on your door. Know that I'm a prisoner to all my father held so dear. Know that I'm a hostage to all his hopes and fears. I just wish I could have told him in the living years. Oh, the crumpled bits of paper filled with imperfect thoughts, and the stilted conversation. I'm afraid that's all we've got. You say you just don't see it. That's its perfect sense. You just can't get agreement. It's now. We'll say it as well as you do. It's today. Oh, bless God. We don't see eye to eye. We open up the world between the present and the past. Slowly sacrifice the future. It's the bitterness that lasts. So don't you feel the fortune? Sometimes tears fade. I have a new perspective. Different days. And if you don't give up, you don't give in, you might just be okay. Say it now. Say it as well as you live. It's too late. Oh, my God, we don't see eye to eye. Wasn't there that morning when my father passed away? Didn't get to tell him all the things I had to say. Things that God is spirit, they are not shaking. Sure, I heard his echo in my baby's voice. I could wish I could hold him in the living. Say it now. Come on, say it as well as you did. Don't give up, don't give in, don't run away. It's too late. Listen as well as you hear. Don't give up, don't give in.
Okay.
Chasing of the gods.
Shaving of the guard. Oh, goodness. All right, I have quite a list. I want to call these people's name into the room, bring their energy in for our Father's Day celebration here. First, let me just say all of the men that are living that are fathers of, whether they're four-legged or feathered or reptiles or human babies, they're still fathers. We have Steve, Faith's dad. We have Vincent. We have Oz. We have Isaac, Trevor, Chad, Johnny, Brendan, Mikey, and Michael. Is there anybody that I have missed? Please put something in the comment section if you feel like I missed something. And then I want to honor those that have passed. We have Marvin, my biological dad, Leon, my adopted dad, Dr. Fred Vogt, who I adopted as a father figure, was a very good friend. My husband, Lynn, Robert, who was Oz's dad, Sean, which was Faith's cousin, Rex, which was Faith's grandfather from her mother's side, Hank from Tina's father, and Peter, her brother, and of course, John, her beloved ex-husband. Have I missed anybody on that? No? Okay. We've called their energy into the room, and right now I just want to honor the sacrifices they made for us, the protection and love that they provided us, for all the sacrifices they made. We cannot even explain sometimes how they developed our character and changed our lives. Now that we've spoken their names into the room, we welcome them, because even though someone's not in their physical body anymore, they're still around us. They're still in the ethers. They're in our minds. They're in our hearts. They're in our souls. And just invoking their name here brings them present into the room, the energy of them anyway. So they are present right here, right now. And for all of us who are here right now, I just want you to feel that presence, because that's God showing up as Dad. Just allow yourself to feel that energy, because it's very special that we've enveloped ourselves in their energy and called them forth. And you can do that anytime you want in your house or your apartment. But this time is very important because we are evoking so many of them, and they are present here, and we are all gathered together to honor them. I mean, think about how the room fills up with all these wonderful spirits. I bless these fathers who have loved us, protected us, and have gone on. We thank them for their contributions to our lives and the character that they built for us, and we know the sacrifices and blessings that they gave us. We invite you here. We are so blessed to have you, and we celebrate you here now. Thank you so much for being in our lives and for being here today. Oz?
I know that right here, right now, God's presence is manifest in us, as us, and amongst us. For there is nowhere where God is not, including right here, right now, as we contemplate our attachment to the past and our relationship with the future. I know that God manifests through each of us in its own perfect way as a unique specimen of what this God force can be. And I know that we are all, each and every one, a blessing to each and every one that we encounter. And I allow those blessings to unfold now and into the future, knowing that it is good and very good. I give great thanks, and I let it be so. And so it is.
And so it is. All right. Thank you so much for being here on Father's Day. I know there's 1,000 things you could be doing, and you were here with us. So we want to thank you for being here. Next week, we're going to be doing visioning. Since the 30th, we're going to be celebrating 4th of July, and we usually do visioning the end of the quarter. So we're going to call next Sunday the end of the quarter. Join us next week and every week at 10:30 a.m. Mountain Time. Until then, stay safe. We love you. Go see your father.
Perfect Brooklyn accent.
I know.